So, myself Tharmalingam Punyamurthy from Department of Chemistry, IIT Guwahati. I welcome you all to IIT PAL program. In this class, we will study about part 2 aromatic hydrocarbons. In the part 1, we have seen the structure and bonding, aromaticity, resonance and stability, and preparation of benzene and their derivatives and their physical properties. So, in this class, we will study about the chemical properties of benzene and their derivatives. So, benzene can undergo substitution, addition, and oxidation reactions. And generally, simple benzene can undergo electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction. This is called electrophilic substitution or electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions. And vigorous conditions, this is not common, and certain conditions, vigorous conditions, benzene also can undergo addition reaction and oxidation reactions. And mainly, the aromatic electrophilic substitution is very popular to transform benzene to substituted benzenes. Let us look at first the electrophilic substitution reaction. And this we are going to look at it today. Nitration, sulfonation, halogenation, alkylation, acylation. So, these all reactions involved take place via electrophilic substitution reactions, and they involve common reaction pathway. First, the electrophile is produced in the reactions. Once the electrophile is generated, the benzene is nucleophilic enough, reacts now with the electrophile and generates this intermediate. It forms this called sigma complex, generate this carbonium and intermediate. Once you form this intermediate, they write in different way, and sometimes they write like this. So, this first you form this intermediate. Once you form this intermediate, the base can remove this proton, then you restore the aromaticity. So, it involves two steps, and first you form this intermediate sigma complex or the intermediate. Once you form this one, then it can convert into the aromatic compound. What basically happens, and the hydrogen atom which present in this carbon has been replaced, substituted by electrophile. Therefore, you say called substitution reactions. Since it involves electrophile, it is called electrophilic substitution reaction. And when you talk about the rate of these two reactions, this is slow, this is fast. It involves two steps. This reaction involves, this reaction takes place. If you compare the rate of the reaction, this is a slow step, this is a fast step. This is a common mechanism involved, the all electrophilic substitution reactions, aromatic electrophilic substitution reactions. Now, let us go one by one. Nitration. See, acid base reaction, and for example, when you react benzene with nitric acid, in the presence of sulfuric acid, the nitration takes place to give nitrobenzene, and this water is byproduct. Let me draw the mechanism of this reaction. In this, the OH group undergoes protonation, and where the sulfuric acid acts as acid and this acts as a base. It is in an equilibrium reaction, acid base reaction. We generate this intermediate. Make this OH as a good leaving group. In step 2, this is also an equilibrium reaction. This is a formation of nitonium ion plus water. So, this is the electrophile. Once form the nitonium ion, which can undergo reaction with your benzene, you form this intermediate, and once you form this one, and now this can in step 4 deprotonation using base, can give the nitrobenzene. You need less catalytic amount of sulfuric acid in this reaction. It acts as a base. Deprotonation of this species can regenerate the aromatic ring, aromaticity of this compound, and you end up with the product. It involves, as you can see here, it involves 4 steps. It's a acid base reaction first step, and this acts as a acid, this acts as acid base, and it makes protonation of this OH group. Hydroxy of nitric acid makes a good leaving group that can generate the nitronium ion, which is electrophile in this reaction. Once you form this one, and this benzene acts as a nucleophile, it can undergo reaction with the electrophile. You form this intermediate. Once you form the intermediate, and the base can remove this proton and to give the aromatic nitro compound. The next reaction is sulfonation. So, in this reaction, one molecule of sulfuric acid acts as a base, another acts as a acid. So, this molecule can take this proton to form the electrophile once if you have this form this one, this can push this one, you generate the electrophile. Plus. So, this is written plus. This is electrophile in this reaction, and you have generate water as byproduct. Once you form the electrophile, as just we have seen in the case of nitration, it can react with benzene, and you can make the sigma complex. Then whatever the intermediate where the hydrogen can be removed, this can act as a base. This one can remove the proton, then you can get the sulfonated compound. The byproduct is going to be water. The mechanism will be similar in both cases, and the case of nitration, sulfuric acid acts as a catalyst. In other words, it acts as an acid, and the nitric acid pick up the proton from the sulfuric acid and convert into water and NO2 plus electrophile that undergoes reaction. In the case of sulfonation, and one of the sulfuric acid, one acts as a acid, another one acts as a base, you generate the electrophile, then which undergoes reaction with your benzene and sulfonation takes place. The next example is halogenation. So, benzene can be converted into, for example, to chlorobenzene when we react with Cl2 in the presence of Lewis acid like anhydrous aluminum chloride or FeCl3, it can be converted into chlorobenzene and the byproduct will be HCl. Because it has two atoms, one of the chlorine goes to here, another chlorine goes here, you generate HCl. And regarding the mechanism, this also involves two steps, and the Cl2 this is a Lewis acid, and it can react with aluminum to form Cl plus electrophile and AlCl4. You form this. First, the formation of the electrophile takes place. Once it forms, as just we have seen, it can react with your benzene. You have this intermediate. Once you form this one, this can react with this can pick up the proton. You get this is how the halogenation takes place. You can use anhydrous aluminum chloride or FeCl3 and so on. The next example is alkylation and acylation reactions. For example, when you react chloromethane with benzene, the presence of aluminum chloride, it can be converted into methyl benzene and HCl. Just as we have seen just now, the case of chlorination, instead of one chlorine, now we have the methyl group, and this is the electrophile in this case, and the substitution takes place. You can make alkyl benzene. And similarly, when you have chloroethane, you can convert it into ethyl benzene. However, when you go for larger alkyl halides, chloropropane, and we will have problem there, and in this case when you react, usually the isopropyl benzene is obtained as a product. This is because you first the aluminum chloride reacts with this one, you form the alkyl carbocation, right. In this case the electrophile is this one. So, these are the electrophiles in these reactions. First the chloromethane is converted into this methyl carbocation, and which is the electrophile undergoes substitution reaction. And in this case we form this primary carbocation once again that undergoes reaction. But in this case what happens, as soon as you form and this propyl carbocation, primary carbocation, which undergoes rearrangement to more stable secondary carbocation before it undergoes substitution reaction. Once you form this one, this is the electrophile in this reaction, this undergoes reaction, it gives the product. So, they have some limitation in the case of Friedel-Crafts. This is called Friedel-Crafts alkylation. And then when simple like chloromethane, chloroethane is fine. When you go for larger alkyl halides, there is a problem, will end up with mixture of compounds. Mainly this is called cumene in this case, and the isopropyl benzene forms as a major compound. This because how it happens, and as soon as you form the carbocation which undergoes rearrangement, and this is the actual electrophile in this, then the substitution reaction takes place. And not necessary you should use alkyl halide for the alkylation reactions. You can also use alkenes. For example, if you have benzene, propene, and it can undergo readily alkylation in the presence of acids such as phosphoric acid to give isopropyl benzene. And at the beginning we have seen during the alkene reactivity of alkenes towards acids. In this case what happens, this alkene reacts with acid forms propyl carbocation, and this acts as a electrophile in this case. So, depends upon the reaction and conditions, and you can, in the case of alkyl halide, you have to use aluminum Lewis acid like aluminum chloride, and so in case you can also use alkene as a source to make alkyl benzene. Is also electrophilic alkylation reaction. Next, acylation. Just we have seen alkylation using aluminum chloride, and if instead of alkyl halide, if you use acyl halide, for example, acetyl chloride, it can undergo substitution reaction with the benzene to give acetophenone, and the acetyl chloride can react with benzene to give acetophenone, and in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride. And here what happens, first as we have seen earlier, The acetyl chloride reacts with aluminum chloride to give acyl carbocation and this acts as a electrophile. The substitution reaction takes place once undergoes first benzene reacts, you generate the sigma complex as we have seen, then this can remove the proton and you generate in this case HCl as a byproduct. If you use acetyl chloride, you get acetophenone. If you use other carboxylic, for example, benzyl chloride, you will get the benzophenone in the case. So, it is very useful reaction and is very useful reaction to make ketones. Next, addition reaction. And the vigorous conditions, benzene can be converted into cyclohexane. By reduction using nickel catalyst. In this case, the hydrogen undergoes addition to the benzene and you need 3 molecules of hydrogen to give cyclohexane. This is an example for addition reaction under vigorous conditions takes place. Benzene also can be reacted with chlorine, the presence of light, to give hexachlorocyclohexane. So, in this case what happens is an addition reaction and the chlorine, the presence of light undergoes homolysis to generate Cl radical. This Cl radical reacts with benzene to form this radical intermediate. This radical intermediate, this is called initiation step, just we have seen the beginning of the reaction with alkanes. The chlorine can undergo homolysis to generate chlorine radical, that radical can undergo addition reaction with this benzene to form this radical secondary radical intermediate. This is called propagation step. This is chain initiation propagation. Once you form this radical can react with the Cl dot to give this dihalo derivatives. This again can react with the radical and go on like this and you form this hexachlorocyclohexane. This is once the radical, the substrate is consumed, then the two radical can combine together Cl dot, the reaction can be stopped. This is a radical process, and this is to be used as insecticide. So, these two are an examples for addition reactions. These reactions, as you can see here, takes place under vigorous conditions, right. When we saw the electrophilic substitution reactions, they are very reactive. You have to do under milder conditions and easy to handle, but this one you have to do under high pressure hydrogenation reactions. Similarly, then you have to irradiate under light, UV light, and then you form the radical reaction. Then once form the radical which undergoes reaction, you get the cyclohexane. The next is oxidation of benzene. Benzene can be completely oxidized to carbon dioxide plus water. So, benzene also can be oxidized to partially to maleic anhydride when you react benzene in the presence of vanadium pentoxide. Partially what you do, you generate and 4 molecule of water or carbon dioxide. These are examples for oxidation reactions. This is a partial oxidation, and this is complete oxidation of benzene to carbon dioxide and water. So far we have seen the chemical properties of benzene. If it is a simple benzene, it can be readily converted into substituted benzene using electrophilic substitution reactions, where we have seen nitration, sulfonation, halogenation, alkylation and acylation. Then we have seen addition reactions which are not popular, however, at a high pressure and catalytic conditions, aromatic hydrocarbons can be reduced to alkanes. We have seen example, the transformation of benzene to alkane using nickel catalyst under hydrogen pressure. Then we have seen one example for free radical addition of halogen chlorine to benzene to form cyclohexane. Then we have seen example for oxidation reactions. Two examples we have seen, one is complete oxidation combustion, that is called, and oxidation of benzene to carbon dioxide and water. Then another one we have seen partial oxidation, benzene to maleic anhydride using vanadium pentoxide. This reaction is carried out around 450 degrees Celsius, and where you generate carbon dioxide, water as byproduct. These reactions are carried out under, of course, as you can see here, under excess oxygen pressure. And simple mono substitution reactions fine in the case of electrophilic substitution reaction. On the other hand, if the benzene has substituent already, so let us see the effect of substituent in the aromatic electrophilic substitution reactions. For example, if the substrate already has substituent like electron withdrawing group, let us take this example. Nitrobenzene. So, the structure of nitrobenzene is hybrid of the following resonance structures.
if you look at the resonance structures, you can find and the electron density at the ortho and para carbon atoms is less comparing to the meta carbon atom. Therefore, whenever you do the electrophilic substitution reaction with the benzene ring that contains electron withdrawing group, here NO2 is electron withdrawing group. The electrophile undergoes substitution at carbon at meta position, not ortho and para position, because as you can see here, the electron density, if you write the resonance structures of this nitrobenzene, you can see here the electron density at the ortho and para position is less comparing to the meta position. Therefore, and for example, if you do the nitration in this system, so you will end up with metanitrobenzene as a product in comparing to the ortho and para dinitrobenzene, because the electron density at this carbon atoms is less when you have the electron withdrawing group. Not only nitro group, when you have the cyano, CF3, aldehyde, ester, and so these all are electron withdrawing group. They can take electron from the benzene ring and so make the ortho and para position less electron density comparing to the meta position. Therefore, the substitution selectively takes place meta position. This is called meta directing group. Now, let us take one more example that contain electron donating group. For example, benzene that contain amide functional group. This is electron donating group, whether methoxy, hydroxy or amine which contain that amide functionality, these are electron donating group. And in this case, and this lone pair of nitrogen can delocalize to form the following structures. If you look at these structures, as you can see here, in this case the electron density is more at the ortho and para position. You can see here the ortho carbon has more electron density and para carbon also. Therefore, whenever you have this kind of substituent in the benzene ring, if you do the electrophilic substitution with these substrates and selectively the electrophile undergoes reaction at ortho and para position to give a mixture of compounds most of the times, and usually the reaction does not take place and meta position. This because you have more electron density at the ortho and para position. So, this is called ortho and para directing group. Whether when you have OH group or methoxy group or alkyl group or amide For example, these are called ortho and para directing group, because as you can see here, this is the structure, this the amide is the structure of the resonance structure of the following hybrid of the following resonance structures. As you can see here, once if you have the substituent, the electron density at the ortho and para position higher than meta position. Therefore, selectively the electrophilic substitution takes place at ortho and para position comparing to meta positions. And similarly, when you have the OH group, methoxy and methyl and any you will get similar kind of results. Let me take one example. And if you do the nitration of this substrate, just we have seen the nitration of nitrobenzene, and when you do the nitration of this substrate, and you will get a mixture of compound. On the other hand, just we have seen if you do the nitration with the nitrobenzene, so we will end up with meta-nitrobenzene. So, these reactions clearly suggest that, and it depends upon the substituent present, whether the electron donating group, usually the electrophile undergoes substitution reaction at ortho or para position. On the other hand, if you have electron withdrawing group, the substitution selectively takes place at meta position. This is because just we have seen when you write the resonance structures, you can find out the electron density. Different in these carbon atoms, when you have the electron donating group and the ortho and para carbon atoms have more electron density compared to the meta. Therefore, the electrophile undergoes substitution at ortho and para positions. On the other hand, when you have the electron withdrawing group and the meta carbon has more electron density comparing to ortho and para, therefore, the electrophilic substitution takes place at meta position.
In summary, in the part 2, we have seen the chemical properties of aromatic substrates. We have seen different types of electrophilic substitution reactions. We have seen nitration, sulfonation, chlorination. Then we have seen alkylation, acylation reactions. Then we have seen 2 examples for addition reactions, and these addition reactions are carried out under vigorous conditions. And one example is hydrogenation of benzene to alkane using nickel catalyst. The other example what we have seen is addition of free radical to benzene to produce hexachlorocyclohex we use as insecticide. These 2 are addition reactions. Then we have seen oxidation reactions, that also depends upon the reaction conditions, and you can completely oxidize benzene to carbon dioxide, or you can also partially oxidize benzene to maleic anhydride. This is one of the examples. Similarly, you can also oxidize benzene to aldehydes, Clayoxyl using ozone and zinc reduction process, and this is called partial oxidation. And then we have seen the effect of directing group present in the benzene ring. And if simple benzene and selectively one of the hydrogen is replaced by substitution reaction, on the other hand, if substituted benzene and the substituent present can dictate the position of the substitution, the nature of the substitution reactions. For example, if you have the electron withdrawing group usually, and the electrophilic substitution will take place at 3rd carbon atom, that is called meta substitution. On the other hand, if your benzene has electron donating group and the substitution takes place either at carbon 2 or 4 or mixture both, and this is called ortho and para substitution reactions. With this we conclude. Thank you very much.